Bronny James doesn't have a LeBron problem anymore. He has a survival problem. And with LeBron James's future hanging in the balance, one explosive question is dividing the NBA. Was Bronny ever truly a Los Angeles Laker, or was he only there because of his father?
Bronny James got his contract fully guaranteed.
Yeah, I don't know what everyone's worried about. LeBron James leave, one LeBron James stays. You're worried about the wrong LeBron James. That's the thing.
Yeah, you got
Bronny
the young,
James
fresh one.
is still here in Los Angeles until further notice, despite what some of your favorite radio hosts might think. The LeBron James era continues in Los Angeles, Rob Parker.
Bronny James should retire. I would retire.
Wrong. That's the wrong Bron. Wrong Bron.
No. Bronny should retire.
No, the other one, the 20-year senior.
No.
Who, me?
Because here's the thing. Like, the worst part now is, the jig is up and then they'll pull the plug on them and just give them the money to go away. Seriously. I just
give them the money to go away.
To go away. Your dad's not here anymore. That's the reason you were here. And that was a nice gesture for LeBron. Yeah, we'll let your son, you know what? We'll pick up his contract so that he'll have some money.
You know they have to guarantee it, though. They could, two-way.
That's what they did to be nice, because they didn't want to feel like they're mean-spirited. But come on. What did Bronny James do to deserve any of that? I'm sorry. I'm not buying it.
The only thing I'll say, he hasn't shown, obviously, he's going to be some all-star in the league. The only thing I'll say is, and I think people forget this sometimes, you know this, there are 450 dudes in the league.
Yeah, but
we only talk about 20 of them, and then it's another only about 100 that kind of matter. Like, there are always going to be dudes that come in and find a role eventually. I can name countless, think of Landry Shamet. We want to talk about him.
Will Bronny be with the Lakers when the season starts?
Yes. They need bodies, Rob.
No, I can't see it.
He's 22.
I just can't see it.
He's
Will
22.
LeBron not being there and saying that he's leaving on then and he doesn't want to stick around?
I really mean this.
Seriously.
I'm serious. Why would they get rid of a young dude who's 22 who's been in the system?
They could find somebody. They could find somebody to do the stuff that he does.
$2.4 million?
Can you pull up the stats? There are no stats.
I got them. Don't disrespect 2.9 points per game.
There are no stats. You could get anybody. You could get a guy who played Division II, was the top scorer in some Division II school. Are you kidding me?
He's 21.
He hasn't done anything.
He's been in the system, and I'm not questioning what he's done.
He's exchangeable. He's replaceable.
But here's what I'm saying, Rob. He's not going to start. He's not going to be the sixth man off the bench. But a role guy like that, why would I go find another guy when I already got it?
His dad is not here. His dad.
But he's a separate. He's not a Siamese twin. He's a separate human being.
The only reason he was here was because of his dad.
That's facts. I don't
disagree
disagree with that.
Now that his dad is not here, we don't want you here. Go.
No, you don't want him here. Why would they not keep a 21-year-old?
Because they can go get another 21-year-old without LeBron James. Like you already said it. Most Laker fans were disgusted that LeBron was on the team, and now they got to still watch his son sit there.
Rob G, I think more. I completely agree that a lot of Laker fans, even during success, just never really. It was like a golf clap. Like all right. Thanks, LeBron. Kind of. But I think more Laker fans are less the beefed out with Bronny. Would you agree with that statement?
No. I think that they look at him and it's a remnant of LeBron, and they feel like the only reason he's here is because his dad
he got there without a doubt.
The organization.
I believe that he will be, but if for whatever reason he doesn't, either because of ineffectiveness or they get trades and then he goes back down to the 11th, 12th, 13th man on the bench, then what is there about him? To Rob's point,
he's undersized.
That you have shown
nothing
that says we need to have him on our team.
I'm gonna answer that
as a developmental player.
I'm gonna answer that.
Sure.
There are 30 teams. We come on the air and we talk about the 4 that matter, right? It would be Lakers, the Knicks, whoever it is. Dude, the Wizards, the Pacers, the Grizzlies, we forget about. There's teams who need to. The Kings, bro.
It's always LeBron and Bronny. If I'm Bronny, I'm like, can you please leave me out of this? I would like the opportunity to be my own person. It's his third year in the league. He doesn't need dad anymore. It's his third year. He's 21?
Let's just say this, Andy. How long do you think he stays on the roster if LeBron's not on the roster?
I have no idea.
He played some minutes in the playoffs last year. So that doesn't happen unless you've earned your minutes.
Sure.
That's not like, oh, your dad's on the team, we're being nice.
Right.
This is they don't throw you in a playoff game.
Right.
If you haven't progressed
Agreed.
enough.
Agreed.
So, but he's also a smaller guard.
Oh, look.
You know what I mean? Like,
I get that, but it's at some point, if you're Bronny, if you want to turn this into an actual career, you need to prove yourself on your own merits.
Yeah.
And I think the longer you go attached to LeBron, the more you seem like a novelty act, or like truly you are only there because of LeBron. And like at some point, man, and he said himself, and by the way, these are not digs at Bronny.
Yeah.
My interactions with him, I've been really
I me too.
I think he's a really grounded, hardworking kid.
Yep.
I think he wants the best things for himself. He's about the right stuff. But like at some point, you don't want to be seen just as a byproduct of your dad and nothing else.
Yeah.
Like if he's going to fall out of the league, it's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, but the opportunity was created by his dad.
Of course. There's no question.
So like, I don't think he thinks that deeply about this. I think he's just kind of focused on himself and trying to get better. And I think that's why he's gotten to where he has.
Sure.
But look, the protection of his father being on the roster is still important. I don't think he's established enough to where he can really go out on his own.
I would agree with that. But the point being, LeBron's only going to be playing so much longer anyway. Like this point is coming sooner.
Yeah.
Sooner than later. But regardless, there's an old world style roster build approach by the Heat.
Bronny James doesn't have a LeBron problem anymore. He has a survival problem. And suddenly, one question is tearing the NBA apart. Was Bronny James ever truly a Los Angeles Laker? Or was he simply LeBron James' son wearing a Lakers jersey? For 2 seasons, that debate never disappeared. But now, after Bronny received a fully guaranteed NBA contract, while LeBron's future with Los Angeles remains clouded by uncertainty, the conversation has reached another level entirely. Supporters argue the 20-year-old deserves patience. Critics insist the protection is finally over. Because if LeBron eventually walks away, Bronny won't be judged as a son anymore. He'll be judged as an NBA player. And that changes everything. But then one national commentator delivered a statement so ruthless that it instantly ignited one of basketball's biggest controversies. Veteran sports analyst Rob Parker didn't hold back. His message was blunt. His conclusion was brutal. Bronny James should retire. Not LeBron. Bronny. According to Parker, the moment LeBron eventually leaves Los Angeles, the reason Bronny remains on the roster disappears as well. His argument is simple. Bronny didn't earn his place. LeBron created it. Parker even suggested the Lakers could replace Bronny's production almost immediately. The numbers certainly fuel that criticism. Bronny averaged just 2.9 points per game, playing limited NBA minutes while spending significant time developing. To Parker, that production simply isn't enough. His belief? For roughly $2.4 million, dozens of young guards could provide similar value without carrying the enormous spotlight attached to the James family. It's a harsh opinion, but it's one many critics aren't afraid to repeat. But not everyone believes Bronny's story is already written. And that's where this debate becomes far more complicated. Bronny's defenders point to something critics often ignore. There are only about 450 players in the entire NBA. Not every player enters the league as a superstar. Some spend years becoming role players. Development isn't unusual. It's expected. Supporters argue Bronny is exactly that, a developmental prospect. A young guard still learning the speed, physicality, and demands of professional basketball. They also point to one important detail. Bronny appeared in meaningful NBA minutes during last season. Coaches don't hand out playoff opportunities simply because of a famous last name. Those minutes have to be earned. At least that's the argument. Still, even supporters admit one uncomfortable truth. Every game Bronny plays is still viewed through LeBron's shadow. Every mistake becomes national news. Every roster decision becomes another debate about favoritism. And until LeBron's career officially ends, that shadow may never disappear. Which brings us to the question that could define Bronny James' entire career. If LeBron James eventually leaves the Lakers, what happens next? Does Bronny finally prove he belongs entirely on his own? Or does the organization quietly move on, confirming what critics have argued from the very beginning? That's the pressure now. Not becoming an all-star? Not averaging 20 points. Simply proving he deserves an NBA roster spot without the greatest player of his generation standing beside him. Ironically, many people closest to the situation believe Bronny himself wants exactly that. He doesn't want to be viewed as a novelty. He wants to become his own player, his own story, his own career. Because in the NBA, family connections may open a door, but only performance keeps it open. And for Bronny James, that test may finally be about to begin.
Yo, mic check 1 to 2, -1, -2. Game over for this video, folks. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to stay in the huddle for more. This is NFL Madness, bringing the heat and signing out.